Paintsville Lake Historical Society, the lake. Roll call, please.
Richard,
Need, yep.
Jerry,
Here.
Andrea,
Here.
Bonnie,
Here.
Bobby,
Here.
and Laura.
Here.
Okay. Take a look at the minutes from the regular scheduled meeting from April 18th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. We accept the minutes. Now, take a look at the financial report and payment of bills for April 2016.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the financial reports and payment of bills for April 2016, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. And now we need an update for the home place from Russell Hunkett.
The farm itself, we'll start with the farm today. It's looking real good. Gardens, we've got lots of crops down in it. We've got, basically cabbage, already out. We've got, lettuce, onions, mustard, spinach, all that stuff, and cucumbers, corn. Basically, your whole garden is almost down right now, so. We was a little bit worried about getting it out so early because I think last night we had a little bit of patchy frost, which could, might kill some of it, but we should have plenty of it left anyway. The grounds, everything looks great up there. Animals, they're all, in good shape. We've got a vet that's actually supposed to come up in a couple days and do all the worming of the animals for the year. But the farm itself is looking great. We just went through a federal inspection, which is a federal real estate inspection. Last year, our real estate inspection was perfect. This year, the lady that did it said it was going to be as good if not better. So everything's looking good there. The month of April, in our last meeting, I said the month of April was going to be better than last year's. It was actually a little better than I thought it was going to be because we actually did like $2,100 more this April than we did last April. The month of May has already started out real good, and I actually have got, you pass these down for me? I've actually got a list of everything that we have scheduled for May, June, July through October. And there's one thing that's actually not on that. We have another wedding that I actually booked after we typed this in. So he'll be on there. And then I'm working with two groups. I'm working with Kyle Douglas and another bluegrass group to do a show in either July and August or September or September. So. And then we got a bluegrass group that I'm working with to do one in October.
So I'm assuming, Russell, where we took over and did the Heritage Days, that's the increase in the income?
Well, actually, Heritage Days don't roll around for the fall.
I mean, what we did this spring.
Where we went out and got all the schools to
Right.
come in. And it's not only that, it's weddings and things like that too that's happening right now that's actually helping. But this year on the school.
What did we take in on that?
The school group,
Uh-huh.
I think that actually, I would have to really do a count on that. I know it's right now, we've had probably 500 students in spring.
And it's $2 a
It's
child?
$3 a student.
That's $1,500 right there. And then the gift shop money. There it is.
We actually had a record-breaking day as far as the business day itself. Now, I'm not talking about a special event day or anything like that. This past Friday, at as long as I've been at Mountain Home Place, we've never had a day like last Friday. This past Friday, we did over $2,200 in one day.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
our gift shop sales was somewhere around $600 for the gift shop sales, and then we had walk-in, and then we had the school tours, and then we had people come in and actually pay on weddings and things the same day, so. It was just a real good day.
Excellent.
I see you have some volunteers that's with you here today, Russell. You mind introducing them?
Well, now this is actually an employee.
Okay, okay.
This young lady here is one of the employees out there, and she is super nice, and this is her brother and her dad sitting on this. This is Christine Lottewasser,
Oh,
and,
Simon.
Simon, and Eric.
okay.
But now, we do have some excellent volunteers. We have some good volunteers, and with the work that we do, it would be really hard even to do it without our volunteers. We couldn't do it. So,
I didn't mean to take her away from payroll there. I thought she, she's
no, she's
very nice.
She's actually a payroll worker, so she's a good one.
Good to have her. Now that federal review you had, that was like an inspection.
Yes, it was. It was a real estate inspection, is what it is. And what they do, they come on the property and they look for cleanliness. They look for how well the buildings are maintained, whether it's our buildings or whether it's their buildings. They have, the church and the cabins actually belongs to the federal. They look at all the buildings. They look at all of our gas cans to make sure they're in secondary containers. They look at all of our paint to make sure it's there where it's supposed to be. And, actually, with everything that the Corps has, we get the best marks of any of them. So we actually do real well.
That's great.
Russell, are there the same artisans showcasing their things out there in the gift shop? Do you have any new artisans this year?
Now, what do you mean by artists?
The crafts that you sell out there. I know when
Well,
I came out last fall, you had different people's work there.
We actually have, today I added some baskets, actually today from McGoffin County,
Cool.
from Sarah Patrick.
Sarah Patrick.
You just wouldn't believe these baskets.
I gotta come see them.
They're great. I've never seen any better. The workmanship on them is great. We have another gentleman, which I can't think of his name right now, that actually has put in some birdhouses and things like that out there. We sold one of those yesterday. But we sell, I would say probably, I'm gonna say 50% of our stuff is, what I'm saying, it's not local, but Eastern Kentucky. And I'm gonna say 90% of it is Kentucky. So, and that's what I try to shoot for all the time.
Cool.
There's a lot of keychains, you're gonna get the little things, keychains, things like that is gonna be China made or wherever, but you've gotta have things like that too.
Moonshine shirts. Gotta have moonshine shirts. They sold like crazy last year. Go figure.
Whatever sells.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's cool. Cool things.
Thanks, Russell. We got a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn. Got a second?
Second.
Chip in there, Jerry. Got a motion to a second. All in favor of adjourning the Paintsville Lake Historical Society Association? Opposed? Ayes have it. We'll adjourn that. My paperwork. There you go.
Did you approve the budget?
All righty.
Did you approve the budget?
Glasses back on.
No, with their budget. It didn't even
All
matter.
right, call to order, Paintsville Tourism Commission regularly scheduled meeting for Monday, May 16, 2016. Roll call, please.
Richard,
Here.
Jerry,
Here.
Andrea,
Here.
Tommy,
Here.
Bobby,
Here.
Laura.
Here.
Okay, look over the minutes from your regularly scheduled meeting from April 18th. Approve, please.
approve those consent.
We've got a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor of approving the minutes from the last meeting? Say aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Now let's look over the financial report, payments, bills.
Make a motion we approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Approve the financial reports and payment of bills for April 2016. Old business, new business. Funding request for the Holiday Classic Wrestling Tournament. Who's that? Who's
They're
here?
probably not present. I don't see anybody for them.
What is
That
it?
we have sponsored them previously
Yeah.
because they do bring in a considerable amount of folks for both hotel and
Right.
restaurant business because they're here
That's
for
that.
multiple days.
Is that the Christmas
Yes,
tournament?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it'll be
Christmas.
on next year's budget anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, I
that's
read the
worthy.
report. It's really, really
It
good
is
report.
very-
Oh yeah. I remember when I worked at Toyota several years ago. A lot of the, of course, you get people from all the surrounding counties around Georgetown that kids that wrestle and stuff. And they all come to that
Mhm.
tournament from all over the place.
And Paul and I were in Virginia on vacation, and some folks, were saying, "Where are you from?" or whatever. Oh, we've been there. We came over on the wrestling tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very well attended, and a lot of
It is.
people do stay. Dr. Dewar, I think, is the one that sent out
Mhm.
the message on it. But again, it's not something we can approve at this time because it's next year's funding, right? But we certainly
That's true.
should.
We need to table that till, I guess.
Budget.
Oh, we need to. I can't table it.
Mm-mm.
I table it, or
But there-
I don't think one of y'all.
I make a motion we table until next year's budget's approved.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Certainly, good. I'll second. Certainly. good.
Motion and second. All in favor of tabling the funding request till the next year's budget?
Ah.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. We'll table that.
Which is July, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that far
Let
away.
me back up and ask the question. They don't need any preparation before that. They need something early, do they?
Oh, I'm sure not this early.
Okay.
Well, if they did, they should have been here and tell us.
Well,
They already submitted their
I have no
settlement
idea.
statement.
I don't know.
In the past one. They probably
Well, they
still working on
probably
that.
have to submit it or it wouldn't have been on there.
Right.
But I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're all for it. We're just
yeah.
trying to.
We just
fit it.
gotta wait.
Yeah, put it in the budget correctly. Funding request from Paintsville Tourism.
It's us. It'd be on next year's budget also, but we wanted to go ahead and come down, give everybody an idea of what happened in April and what's coming up the rest of the year. Pass it down. I think most of y'all seen all of our schedule and what's going on. This is Bud, our vice president, his wife Latrell. My name's Casey, I'm the president of the car club. We got all of our speakers up that we got last year. We did a test run with them last year downtown. And this year we've got them hard mounted up for the season. If you go to town, you'll see we start the first phase of it, which covers all of Main Street, and a section of down Court Street is covered right now with the first phase of speakers and all the wiring to get all that done so we can be more centralized to City Hall and move out from there. Bud's got our new t-shirts this year. I know Bonnie had asked when our t-shirts was gonna be done. We just got our t-shirts done, and Lynette sent us a list of everybody's sizes that is board members, I guess, and the the girls at the museum of all their sizes. He can leave them here for you. Show them one, but one of the blue ones there, the gray whichever. Model.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man.
Do the van, I think.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
Very nice. You can actually read.
Are y'all gonna?
Can,
You know, I
can.
always buy
Usually, yeah, you're
sweatshirts. Y'all gonna do sweatshirts?
We just got to run a t-shirts, and we always do order sweatshirts. Usually,
I wore mine, and I got all kinds of compliments on it.
we ordered some long sleeve too.
That's
When
what
it
I
starts
bought.
Toward when it starts cooling off.
Yeah.
Once we thin out the t-shirts, we'll buy a couple of sweatshirts
Okay.
and long sleeves. But like I said, the schedule's on the back of everything we got going on. We just started doing the April cruise in. Last year was the first year we started in April. We'd always run from May to September, but we added a month to it. Last year they said we had around 80 cars. Last April we had 126 this April, which was a pretty
That's
big
awesome.
jump. The weather helps us out. We're an outside event, so the weather is always a major contributor. But I'll be the first to tell you, I've been there when it was pouring the rain. I mean, and there's 50 cars downtown. And it's pouring when they leave the house. I mean, it's crazy that people come out for that. But we got a good group of people that come out and support it, and we try to support everything downtown. On the back of that one card, you'll notice it says downtown shops are staying open extended hours for the cruise in. And we're working on getting some signage made for those shops that says Treasures on Main's open, the other one down
Peddler's
there's open.
Mall,
Yeah, Peddler's Home Decor's open. The new one on the corner. That way, as people come through,
the Burns Boutique.
They realize that Bruns is open. You know, and actually, she stayed open the entire cruise in last time. She was open till like 8 o'clock, I believe. It was late whenever she was still there.
Yeah.
I've had a bunch of people ask me, y'all still gonna do the drive-in movie?
We are. It's on schedule. Maybe even a bigger screen.
All right.
Yeah. Did y'all get to see that last year? The
Yeah.
screen
Yeah.
was on?
Yeah, that was
It
pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think, we was hanging up a tarp, a white 20-foot tarp at first, and I was like, my goodness, we'll get 200 or 300 people down here to watch a projector. We're going to projector off the library and playing it on a tarp, so.
People love it. The
It
concept
was.
is just great.
But the company come out of Lexington last year and actually had the inflatable screen and the projector, and people's like, man, y'all are downtown now. You know, it was packed. I think Andre was there and seen it, but it was crazy. I mean, Bonnie was there. It was nuts. There was all kinds of people down there. Yeah, doing the drive-in movie again.
That's cool.
The movie's to be announced. We're gonna hold everybody in suspense on that.
Oh, that'll get them out. They'll come out to see what it is.
But Michelle's got our funding request. She'll be submitting it, I guess, for y'all's review in the next meeting or whatever, however y'all handle it. But we just wanted to come and pick your all's brain. Got any ideas or suggestions or?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
We've done it.
I was thinking
We,
John Wayne, same thing with Gina, no.
That was a good one too. It was packed for Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Smoking
crazy.
Bandit's always fun.
Yeah, smoke-
But it's 10 years too. If you notice on the shirts, it says 10 years of doing it. And believe me when I tell you, after 10 years, we've learned a lot, but we're still
We
figuring
still
it out.
learn every year, don't we,
Still
Casey?
figuring it out, yeah. But that's good. It's good.
Now in the back there, you've got like trucks and vans, so this coming Saturday, trucks and vans, Jeeps, and is other cars can be there too, or just
We
that?
highlight monthly down
Okay.
all the way down Main Street. We highlight what you see on the back of that card. So this month will be trucks. Our people that bring the people in from both ends of town will say, if you're driving a truck, they'll park you on Main Street, and everybody else is welcome. But you may park in the city parking lot, or you may park down Court Street.
Can't this Saturday. Can't park down Court Saturday.
Well, y'all are usually done early anyway. We don't start.
We're
till
usually done
4.
at 5.
Yeah, so we'll fill up
yeah,
Main
we can-
Street and then we'll start funneling
Yeah.
them around. But yeah, usually like I said, it's a full house, really is. And that's not the only thing that we do. We still do the cruise-ins at Hardee's once a month. We do those year round. We'll have 30, 40, 50 cars show up at Hardee's around the first Friday night of every month also. But we're gonna leave these shirts for y'all. Like I said, y'all pick through them. I had to pick out blue for the girls, darker colors for the guys. If you want a different color, come to the cruise in, swap it out.
There you go. There you go. Motion to table to the new budget.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor of table it to the
Table
new
it.
budget, say
Next.
aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. We'll table it
Say
to the
no
next
one of these
budget.
budgets 'cause I want.
No.
Okay, next on the agenda, approval of the financial reports and payment of the bills for the Country Music Highway
I
Museum.
seconded it. Did I second?
Mhm.
Yeah.
never had those separate, man. Aren't those usually together?
I love being that hot.
Huh?
It's right here.
Well, I'm probably looking right at it.
Okay.
I already looked at it.
You had the game.
I'm ahead of the game, but I forgot to look at it, Bob.
What are we doing?
Museum,
Museum.
I'll make a motion to approve those financials and pay the bill.
Second.
Got a
The
motion and a
museum.
second. All in favor of the museum?
Aye.
All opposed? Those have it. The ayes have it. Except pay the bills for the museum. Now the addition of a map on the wall.
Stephanie.
You,
Who's presenting that?
You want to read?
You're welcome.
Okay, it'll be a joint bid. We have a bid from the sign guys to add a 10x12. It's a wall wrap. As soon as you go into the museum, it's on your left. We now have, it says music up there right now. But we want to do that. It's guaranteed not to fade or peel for 7 years. This price does include the installation, the design, and the printing of this. And it's a pretty nice piece there, and it's $19.49, and that includes tax, everything. It's all includes within it.
And enclosed.
I'm sorry.
That's the insulation, the whole,
Yes,
on the road, as they say.
On the road, yes. It will be
Tax and
installed.
final on the road.
Won't take them very long at all, and that's it. It's going to be a 10x12. It's a pretty nice wrap that they can put on the wall.
What's it gonna highlight?
the different, along the highway,
Two,
the
three.
different stars where they're at, because you know, people come into the museum and there's no map, there's nothing to say, oh, you can travel and this is where, you know, this star was born and the sign's there, and so.
Well, I'm awful
it's-
glad.
Me too.
it's-
Me too. Do you need a motion? Do you
We
need a
don't
motion?
have to have a motion.
Thanks be to God. Good.
Okay.
This can do it.
Go for it.
Yeah. I can't wait to get this all on the budget before we don't have to do this
Yeah.
anymore.
I got an email, well, this is sort of, it's not on the agenda or anything. I got an email about fixing the awning or whatever
Yeah.
that's standing water that's leaking back into the building.
Yeah, we got one. I think we
Do
have to do it.
Yeah, do we need,
I wouldn't think so. That's a maintenance issue.
okay, you got that covered?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Covered. I love it. Makes me happier every day.
Me indeed.
It's so nice. Having down there, isn't it? It's so nice.
And then what about the coffee pot that they need up there, Jeremiah, at the museum? Have we got that?
Obviously, they already bought it. I
Have
think.
you? They got it?
It's been ordered.
Okay.
They haven't placed it yet, but
Okay,
been
it's been ordered. Okay.
We don't have to worry about that. Jeremiah's
We don't
got
have to
it.
worry about this anymore.
It is. It is.
I love it. Just you take care of it, honey.
Alrighty, I guess Executive Director's report from Jeremiah.
Well, as you all know, this is the start of the third week on the job, and I've kind of jumped in and done a review of everything as a whole. We've started off with doing inventory in both gift shops, and we are working on our asset inventory right now of everything the tourism owns, with all of the facilities, documenting those and making sure that we have a correct list. We have lists, but they need to be updated with new products that we've purchased throughout the years. Last week, Bonnie and Stephanie and I attended the KTIA, that's the Kentucky Travel Industry Association, their spring forum. That was in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. It's a good networking opportunity, had some very good educational workshops that we attended as well. We got to see firsthand the benefits of the website that we are working on now and some of the upcoming commercials and things that we are working on with WKYT for our marketing efforts, and I don't want to steal Stephanie's thunder. I'll let her go into that in just a few minutes. While we were there, we got to meet with Ben Crone and share some ideas and look at a couple things. Geofencing is one of the things that we were talking about, continuing advertising and getting more bang for our buck on that. And we got to Stephanie and I attended the new member orientation to introduce us to that, and there's a lot of resources that we can use from them that will actually help us. We are going to the annual conference that they have in the fall, that will be in November, and my understanding is it's in Lexington this year. So it's going to be really good for that. This week, our economic impact for tourism was released on the state level. In 2015, there was $13.7 billion generated by tourism and $1.43 billion in tax revenue coming back into the local communities. So that's a huge thing for us that we're looking at that. We are awaiting this week our co-op dollars to find out how much money is allocated for us. That's money coming from the state that we can actually have a return on our investment that we spend on advertising. They're a little late this year getting those out. We expected them last week, but they will be forthcoming this week. We've had several groups come into the area, and we still have a couple more. We have 4 events scheduled at the museum for June. We have 2 more events coming up this month. We've got a group coming in from Western Kentucky at the end of the week on Sunday. And Stafford House, a little update there. We've got Granny and Me scheduled with Miss Laura on the 18th of June, and that's going to be wonderful. If you all haven't done so, we actually have a Facebook page that's up now for the Stafford House, so please go and like that. We've had 43 likes this week alone, just on that page. So that's one of the good things that we're working on there. Continuing to get the inventories done and to see where we're going now. Our marketing, we're getting close to finishing up selection on the brochure, and I'll let Stephanie go into the marketing aspect of it. And we've had several more front porch picking. This last week was 99 folks. The week before that we had 56 people coming in. I know Russell's had quite a few. He had 87 or so with the school groups this last week up at the farm. So we're getting a little bit more foot traffic, and that's what we want. We want as much as we can get. And I will stop there because the rest of it's marketing, and I'll let Stephanie take care of that.
Aww. Thank you, Jeremiah. Your turn, Stephanie.
Feel free to put in anything you want, but then the website is up and running, and it is mobile friendly, and in the next few weeks we'll be able to tweak some things, add pictures, whatever. Jeremiah, Lynette, and I did a call to be trained on how to go in on the back end and add what we want when we want. So I'm pleased with it. I don't know if you've taken the time to look at it, but you can pull it up on your phone and it works really well. So we're happy about that. And then Jeremiah was speaking about the geofencing. So our Dawkins campaign is up and running, and we did geofence that, which is like the thing to be doing right now. So if anybody puts in biking and we fenced in the areas, we're going to come up and hopefully we'll drive more people to the trail based upon that. So and it'll be able to tell us, the report will be able to tell us who's looking, at it, what, it gives us a whole list of information, which will then help us better change the words. The great thing is with them, they're able to look at it and say, well, we didn't see very much interest here, we're going to change the fencing. So they're always looking at it and tweaking it in order to make it far more effective for our money. So that's exciting. Then behind you, you'll see the piece that Hound Dog Press did for us, that we commissioned from Hound Dog Press to do a butcher hauler. That print right there we just framed, and we're actually going to present it to the Home Place web store, and just so that they can see what we're doing as far as the advertising and marketing of butcher hauler, and because it is our #1 touring destination. So hopefully this print, we have the print in the museum for sale, and we actually, before we even had the print sent here, we had someone contact us wanting to buy it. So hopefully that continues. Then a couple of things things are coming along with Paddle Fest. We have about 25 truly registered right now. That can change because people are last minute and it is Memorial Day weekend. But outside of that, things are a go. We discussed it this morning, Mitchell and I did, and Jeremiah, about needing to print T-shirts with Prestonsburg and Paintsville Tourism logos on the back, so that when we're there working, you know, who's at the greeting, so they can say, this is, you know, we're putting on the event, see this color shirt, or any questions or assistance. And so I kind of will need a number for volunteers, is how many we're going to have to know sizes, and for the T-shirts. Then Sarah George, who is with the Highway Department, contacted me, and it will be June when the Chris Stapleton sign is going up. They are working with him right now to pick a date. He has requested that it be held at the high school, Johnson Central High School. And we are going to be in charge of putting together a video to play there while people are coming in and such. And they're inviting the governor, or, you know, lots of people. But we will have a planning meeting as soon as they have solidified the date with Chris. So we're kind of waiting on that. As Jeremiah said, we have been working on bids and brochure ideas. We were there at last week at the conference, and AdRack was there, which is someone that we pay to put out our brochures, and they had it set up, and you look across, and we kind of disappeared into the whole group of brochures. So our goal is to change some things in hopes that, you know, it stands out a little bit more, and there are paper options and coloring and things like that. So we hope to have that all nailed down this week to proceed, because it's going to take us 30 to 45 days to get that worked out. So John Michael, we met with him this morning, and he is willing to work with us to catalog our assets, which is something we don't have. Most tourism departments have them, and it's something that we really need so that we're able to market. If we're, you know, these spring brochures, ideally we need spring on them, not fall pictures. And so he's on board to help us with that. We have spoken about doing some drone footage for the Paddle Fest. It is like the hot thing to do, and we're able to utilize it with Facebook. We're able to utilize it with their website. And the great thing is that we just found out that Prestonsburg actually owns a drone. So I don't think it's going to cost us anything.
Well, I know somebody's got one that may that's been using it to takes it for fishing and all kinds of got some neat videos.
So it's really the latest way to market your assets. So we'd like to be able to do.
This one guy had one that he did his 360. It just continuously turned. What was his name?
I don't have.
It was phenomenal, and the things that they can do with it. I mean, of course,
and we spoke with this gentleman. He's brand new in his company, and he's hoping to do a show with KETs and negotiating with them right now. And I pitched that we would love to be one of those. When he talks about the waterways, that he would be willing to come here and cover one of our paddling events with KET. So he's got my number. He said, let him get back this week, get his feet squarely back, and that we can have conversations about it. He will probably need some sponsorship, and I don't know that technically we can sponsor the event we're going to be featured in, but if we're featured in one, there might be an opportunity for us to sponsor another one. So, and then as Jeremiah said, we're just waiting on the co-op dollars to be able to figure out what we're going to do.
It'll be less than the 9,000. I got a call today.
Okay. So we'll be working on that. And going back to the highway signs, so with Sarah George, Regina Stivers did email me, and she put me on the list to be included when any new brown sign goes up, so we can go from there. When then Sarah George sent me the list of every artist that's up there now. But in saying that, she says that Larry Portal is not on there, but I have a picture now of the sign, and he is on there, but she said that there's a difference. There's a bluegrass music signs versus country music highway signs. So I have to get a little bit of correction. It's all over the board. I mean, it's very difficult how you make rhyme or reason to kind of promote it, because no one really has all the answers that we need. But now that we have the official list, Jeremiah and I plan to reach out and start maybe to have, invite the first group and maybe go ahead and put the star up and do a little ceremony and some press about trying to add all of those people into the museum who actually are on the brown signs. Then, billboards are up and going, and is there anything else that?
Not sure who was going to be invited to the Chris Stapleton event.
We all have been invited, but.
And Regina would like to be there
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
Stop.
I would assume that all those state people will be
I'm assuming they are,
invited,
because now she
but-
called Bob, and I mean, I think that everybody will be.
I think it's going to be a very big
I
production.
think, yeah,
I
I think
I
that.
know she told me she wanted to be there.
He will
Yeah.
be there.
So, and that be her being the state
Right.
would be very helpful.
I'll
Yeah.
make sure that she's included
Please
whenever.
do. I'll be in trouble.
Absolutely.
I didn't know if I could let her know or not.
As soon as we get the date, we'll send her something.
We'll
I don't want
Right.
to break any confidentiality,
Right.
but I may have to on that one.
Well, and I appreciate that she actually reached out to me herself
Yeah.
about the signs and how she could help us. So that's exciting that maybe we can also, get on board and make something happen with.
Sure. Can I ask another question? The Chris Stapleton, and certainly that is a great hot topic. With the amphitheater out there, and I love everything I'm seeing. I'm getting to know more. I'm learning, by the way, still learning. But I don't know if there's ever any talk about naming facilities, if that's a possibility. And if it could build like my thoughts were if we could build some kind of, not shed, but some kind of something over top of that for people, and then name it, or if not even do that, but at least what would it cost to name it the Chris Stapleton?
We actually had discussed that.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that with the core, but I can find no reason that so far that we can't rename it.
Well, you may need Chris Stapleton's approval.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's true.
Right.
Well,
That would
and
be
when
one
you
big
when you
reason.
do stuff like that, you generally ask for a little bit of a donation as well. When naming rights, you don't. But that may not. Just a thought. We do that.
So they can very check
If
it
you want
out.
a building named after the college, let us know. We'll name it for you.
Right,
check.
We will
The more
name it
zeros,
after
the
you.
bigger
We
the
promise you.
Yeah.
And even an office space. I'll give you my chair.
I think actually it's not Chris so much as that managing team, and you
Yeah.
can't get to him. You have to go through them. It's not like it used to be that
Right.
when he came to the SIP and say it's different now.
Yeah.
And
I did
So-
get an email back from Zach.
Zach, yeah,
That it's
I just
It's
didn't know if
different.
that would be something to consider to.
I think it's a wonderful idea, and we've actually tried to pursue it. And it may be that we can reach back out and say, since you're coming, could we, we'd like to rename the amphitheater, or maybe we could. If he's going to be here, it'd be a good opportunity, and also to focus on that amphitheater. So.
Bobby brought up a really good issue, something that I had been thinking about over the weekend, visiting another amphitheater that had the rollout coverings. Is something we need to look into,
Yeah,
because
what it
it makes it so much better.
I don't know what it costs, but it would probably be able to utilize
Well,
it
we
more.
probably ought to get sound and lighting. That might, and some bathrooms down there.
Bathrooms.
I think we need to do
Kind
the
of a big
bathrooms first,
Yeah.
and then we'll do all that.
Yeah,
But-
we have, there's no bathrooms down there at
Oh,
all.
isn't?
Oh no, and there is no sound and lighting. They built that, but in the building down there,
Yeah.
there's no restroom facilities. So,
We'll build a rollout roof. We'll put porta potties above.
I don't like porta potties. Thank you. I don't like the way they smell.
Porta potty outside.
Good.
We could put an
That's a
outhouse out
temporary
there.
fix.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you're desperate.
But anyway, just a thought, because I don't know how. It's a beautiful place, and I don't know how it's being utilized, and probably the weather has a major impact on that, whether or not you can have.
Sound
Well, that we had that
Covering
discussion.
in bathrooms, that's the
That
issue.
if we plan something there, then we need to keep the SIP open. So it's kind of like with Jenny Wiley, you know, they have the indoor theater. If it rains up there, then I mean we could coordinate so that the SIP is if we have something out there, that the SIP isn't being used in case it rains, and then you could just move it to the SIP. I mean, you know, because it's
Right.
all partnership
Right.
anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So
Just a thought.
yeah, correct.
And a good one.
Is that all set? Is there a reason for us to go into executive session?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
KRS it.
All right, I guess we need to go into executive session. Do we need to vote on, I can't remember.
Yeah, somebody needs to make a motion.
Make that
Make a
motion.
motion? Make a second?
Well,
Second.
and you gotta explain the general reason why you're going in personnel matters, litigation type thing.
I don't have any idea.
Policy and procedures.
Policy and
I want to
procedure.
make the motion.
It's policy and procedures and personnel.
Okay.
No, I mean property. What?
Acquisition of property,
Acquisition of property,
personnel matters.
personnel matters.
Okay. We need to go into executive session for acquisition of property and personnel matters. Did we have a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're going into executive session. Everybody not needed?
executive session.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
All opposed? Ayes have it. We're out of executive session, return to open session, and we, no action taken during the, executive session. Okay. Any commissioners' comments?
No.
I'm glad
I
you're
got to
back.
say no.
No.
I make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. All opposed?
Now, somebody needs to take some of them sandwiches home, Andrea.
I'll take some.
Everybody.